the new taking a whole strip club hostage would get me a bid of 40 hours.
Finally see you for who you really are.
Person who's known you since day one, the person who's gonna stay with you to the end. Drop that knowledge, Nita.
Here we go. Welcome back to my KountryQue 25 YouTube channel. Hey man, just want to thank everybody. Continue to support the channel, liking and subscribing, and I'm getting all of just great feedback so far, man. I really appreciate that. So this is my Boomerang on BET season finale review. This show I did 2 episodes tonight, so I had to do basically 2 episodes, man. So, and also, man, shout out to my guy, man, the Blackness, man. So I'm over here sporting this shirt on this episode review also, man. So if you're on Instagram, man, go check out the Blackness. He got tons of apparel, hoodies, shirts, everything, man. Some dope stuff. Plus this my day one guy, so I always gotta show support. All right, man, let's get to it. BET on Boomerang. So like I said before, this is a spin-off of the original Boomerang movie set in 1992. Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry, and Robin Givens. Just a quick review, a quick update. They're based on the offspring, pretty much, the people back in 1992. Marcus Graham and Halle Berry characters. So they had a daughter, and then Robin Givens had a son. So there's Simone and Bryson. So this season finale, man, Lena White show on BET. I've been watching this this is the second season, so I watched the first season. I'm a fan of it. I like this show. Pretty good show. You know, it's pretty decent. Kind of throw me off on loops here and there, but I'm finna go through it. All right. So this first episode, man, pretty much is about David. David is the part of the crew, which he is a preacher. He's the upcoming learn, like a young preacher trying to make his way and trying to really battle his way from sinning to doing the right thing with the Lord or whatever. So it's basically him. Basically, first let's start off with the episode. So the episode first started off, man. Bryson and Ari were just talking about eating chicken and smoking and doing all that, you know. And then David, he's fasting, so he's like, I ain't trying to eat, man. I'm good. Ari's teasing him and talking about, man, you're gonna end up passing out, and that's what you end up doing. You end up passing out and going to this deep, conscious dream, you know, of his path or whatever. So it's basically kind of like a dream of his path, like where should he go, right? So in the dream, he ended up meeting Zach Taylor, aka the Black Ranger. Walter Jones is his real name, and he's like, yo, you need to go through this door to, you know, pretty much show your path. And he's just showing all his different friends on this path of what he's on, like what he's basically trying to do. And it kind of gives you to the end of what he's been battling through this whole thing. From trying to look fly to just all this materialistic stuff that really just don't matter at the end of the day, which is kind of crazy. But like I said, it was a episode where he's trying to find himself. The first one he shows him going to one room where Ari's like preaching and he's like confused, like what's going on. And then it cuts to another episode where he goes to a confession room. No, they go into the stripper like praise dance room with Bryson. And he's like looking to them, what do you see, this and this. Basically like battling himself with things that tempted him from where his path should be on as a preacher and becoming just that straight and narrow path. So it was a dope episode. And then I know it cuts to another scene. Tia's is one of their friends too in the crew in the confession room, and he just kind of confesses like what he don't like about the crew. Like he thinks Simone was like messed everything up, and Ari's, you know, doing his thing, clubbing, partying, and you got Bryson doing his thing. So he took over the game night. It's just stuff that he confesses about, and it's kind of like this Last Supper type scene, which, you know, it was cool. It was decent. It was a decent episode. I think they could have changed little aspects of it, but David needed his own episode. I think it was a good episode for him. That's pretty much finding what his purpose is, man. That's basically what the episode was about. And basically what it was, he woke up from it just really, he ended up talking to God, and God's his ex-wife, Crystal, which is in the crew also. And she said, she put something like, kept tapping his pocket. And she said, that's the answer to it. You got the answer to it. I guess so this whole time, he's been contemplating of losing his friends and losing everybody to pretty much proposing to his new girl and going straight to this faith, route, and he just didn't want to lose his friends. He just really just realized, I'm finna just make this decision for myself, propose to his girl, live the life of faith, and just leave all that other stuff alone. So it was all right. I mean, it was a cool episode, man. It was cool. It was cool. Like it was, like I said, it was just him trying to find himself. Like I said, it was. David's been on it, kind of torn. Like the whole time this season, he's kind of been torn of trying to do the right thing. Right thing from being a preacher, being a man of God, and that, temptations everywhere. So that's that on that. Then cut to the second episode. So this episode here, it opens up with Tia doing a community service from doing like a stripper equal rights type thing. And she got 40 hours community service for it. And she's doing it. And then basically they go from there to her going to the Blue Flame, which is in Atlanta. Shout out to the ATL Blue Flame. That's what she works at. And the strippers are just pissed off at her. Because I guess she ended up making it worse than what it actually was. So the bathrooms don't work. They don't got good health care. Strippers ain't got none of that to take care of themselves on the health tip and the physical tip. So she just she just want to do her own thing, and she ended up getting a ride from Miss Juanita. So Juanita is Kim Wayans, the dope from the Wayans family. She was in Living Color. She was in a lot of movies in the 90s. I put her as the ultimate hustler. Like, she do everything in this episode. She UPS, Uber, Lyft, which I feel like everybody's doing right now. Everybody got different hustles, especially with this pandemic going on. Doing different hustles and just trying to keep that money flowing. So when he's over there, got the Uber, and she do all type of things. She all throughout this episode, man, which was cool. So she was just sitting there at the strip points, and Tia, I guess her lady, her friend at the time, girlfriend, just never got her leg checked out, and they ended up going to the healthcare place. She ended up in this commercial for like some building thing, and she ended up getting the idea of purchasing a bus for strippers to get pretty much wellness checks, which is not a bad idea, especially in Atlanta. All them strip clubs down there, so they can pull up, get stuff done, and get health checks and make sure they alright. So that was the kind of dope concept to that aspect. Next scene, it goes to Ari, man. So Ari is the player type. He's bisexual. He likes men and women, and he's the dude that's always out in the club partying, meeting people, hooking up. That dude. He's that dude with the crew. So his scene comes in with him at the barbershop. He's getting his haircut, and this little boy got dreads too, like him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, calling his shoes fake or something, and he was the little kid, so I begging not to get his dreads cut. And Ari's like, because Ari got dreads, and Ari was like, man, let that little kid be free, let him be what he is. And his dad was like, nah, man, I'm tired of him being this wishy-washy, free-spirited type dude. And Ari just bust up like, yo, I ain't got no problem with it. I'm this, and this, and I got men and women. And people like, yo, because he's bisexual. Whatever floats your boat. So he ended up, so this scene here, it cuts to him just being pretty much about Ari. So Ari pal. So Ari's kind of been, this season, been trying to figure out what, if he really want to be out in public. Pretty much just coming out the closet, man. If he want to really come out like that. And he's been hesitant and really trying to, if he's out with a dude or whatever, he kind of like, nah, I don't do stuff in public. So pretty much he end up just really just looking at himself. And when he got called out by this, I guess this dude he's been messing with, he ended up calling him over, and I think his name is Dre in the episode. And he just really just started talking about that. So in the previous episode, I guess Dre was the bottom and Ari was the top. I mean, I guess the dude, you know, whatever. I'm not homosexual or anything like that. I don't know anything about that life. I'm just really, my first time episode is really just listening to how they do stuff, not eating, and it's different, man. Coming from, I got nothing against it, man. I'm happily, you know, married to my fiance, all that. So, you know, I ain't got nothing against it. I work with, you know, homosexual people, so it's, you know, get on the problem with it. But he was saying that he didn't eat today, so I guess it's not eating that means he can be the bottom, I'm guessing. So, like I said, I don't know nothing about this, but that's what it meant. So I guess before Drake, Ari had a problem with that. He's like, yo, I didn't eat today. I'm just want to we can just keep doing what we're doing. So that's what he did. I guess they end up getting it in. So then Miss Juanita, this is Kim Wayans' character, comes up. She's even doing Uber Eats, bro. Like she the ultimate hustler. I know people like that too. You know, people who do comedy, who do Uber Eats, who do all type of things, man. You gotta be on different, like today's economy, man. You gotta do different things, man. So she's doing that. So then she ended up listening and hearing, I guess, Dre and Ari getting it in, and they let she just dropped the food off and left. And then end up cutting to the main characters. I feel like Bryson and Simone. So Bryson and Simone, like I said, they are the offspring. Robin Givens, Eddie Murphy, and Halle Berry's kids. They end up talking, you know, and then Simone end up cheating, and then they end up just going at each other, messing the whole, because they all hang out together, mess up the whole group, and they meet each other for, I guess, a job interview, and they're going for like a creative director. They're trying to get for the same job, and it's pretty much corporate and not with their vision. They're just trying to get like a job. Because like the Graham agency fell apart, so they bankrupt. So they're trying to look for jobs, look for work. So they're gonna they're in the same field, so they kind of doing the same thing, man. After then they end up cutting like again, Miss Juanita. She come back. She's she's a temp service for this agency, for this creative director. Man, she made the episode though. She stole it. That's what I think personally, man. Kim Wayans, man, she definitely stole that episode. This episode I'm talking about, man, the season finale. And they end up cutting the scene. They end up showing day one's Atlanta. So I guess this Bryson end up confessing to Simone, like, you know, what he felt. He shouldn't have put on her pedestal, and they shouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, just get back to being cool and being back to being friends again. They've been butting heads for a while since they started talking, and things didn't work out. Now they end up saying that doing day one's agency, and they end up making this they creating their own thing. What's simply, man, create your own thing, man. There's nothing wrong with you try to help people, stuff like that. You not gonna try to break through. Create your own content. That's what I'm doing here. I'm gonna put my own content out. Nothing against trying to be with people, stuff like that, but have your own lane. When you want to do it, you can do it how you want to do it, you know. So they end up doing this, and Bryson's talking, you know, all of them are there. So it's Bryson, Simone, Ari, Crystal's also David, ex-wife, like I said before, Tia. So they pretty much kind of going their own path. Ari's going on a date with the dude Dre. So I guess he's committing to him. Crystal started a new company. Well, she does advertising too, but she's on a rival company of what they doing. And she said, "Hey, I'm gonna go to this salon concert," and I always felt like Crystal was that, you know, because she always kind of helped everybody else except herself. I felt like she kind of ventured off doing her own thing now, which is dope. And then Tia ended up saying, "I gotta go check out this bus that she's doing, a stripper health wellness thing," and she going there. And then it's left with Bryson and Simone. And it cuts with, you know, Simone pretty much doing a Boomerang type thing, and Bryson, you know, his idol, pretty much Marcus Graham. You know, as he trying to be that player, getting his swag back. So they end up cutting the scene. So overall, it kind of got this feel that they probably didn't get renewed for season 3, but hopefully it's a good show, man. I think it should hopefully get renewed. I think 20s got renewed. That's when Leonard White does that one too. So I'm a crazy fan about Boomerang. My movie that's my favorite, and this spin off from it. It's a dope series, man. It's a pretty dope series. So I think hopefully Leonard gets renewed. We'll see where everybody goes in the next season. We'll see. But overall, man, it was a good episode. Again, check out my guy, The Blackness Apparel, man. Like I said, hoodies, everything. He's on Instagram. He'll hit you up and get you all the dope gear. Okay. This is KountryQue 25. Also check out 2 Country Boys in Cali podcast. All right, holla.